and everybody's going to be feeling it today.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a volcano.
We didn't get our chocolate. We don't get a good view of this all that often.
Wow.
Good morning from the lobby. Today is an early day. We had a wedding last night. Today we're going on to an excursion. The wedding was a hit, and everybody's going to be feeling it today. So I'm waiting here for everybody. We're supposed to leave at 8:30. ATM is broken, so this should be an exciting day. We're going to go to the mud baths.
The day started out with an hour-and-a-half drive to the Pitons and then the mud baths. Love the music selection here. First stop was an overlook of the city of Castries, way up high. From here you can also see the brewery we went to, as well as the Castries market right there on the red roof.
Over there, we were at that pyramid over by the red, like we passed it and we went to the
This is Marigot Bay, famous for movies like Dr. Dolittle. They also have a water taxi here, and there's a famous bar called Roots, and you'd have to take the taxi to get there, but beautiful, beautiful sanctuary harbor. During storms and hurricanes, boats use this harbor for safety. Right outside this harbor, Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed. It was the scene where the bodies were hanging inside of the Natural Cove Bridge. We also stopped at this restaurant called The Beacon. This was our view, and it was just beautiful. The food was really delicious. They had a lot of local eats. They had saltfish, green bananas, fresh juice, and jerk chicken.
You guys are the luckiest to get Mac to remove this.
This is nice. I think we drove down here. We didn't stop though. So this is great.
You guys done?
There we go. Pitons.
These Pitons are World UNESCO Heritage Site. And the first one there is the Gros Piton, and then you also have the Petit Piton. The cool thing is you can climb these if you are up to the challenge. You have to be an advanced hiker to do the Petit Piton because it's super vertical, and then Gros Piton is a little bit easier. You do, however, need a guide to get you up there. Also, there's a park fee to get in. Is about $50. If you're up to the challenge, there are beautiful views.
You don't get a good view of this all that often. Soak it up. We got Soufriere down below.
Stop on this tour was the world's first and only drive-through volcano. And this was pretty cool because we've never been to a volcano before. This one is a caldera, so it's actually a caved-in volcano. And instead of lava, it just has kind of like a sulfuric lake that just bubbles there. Temperatures get up to 600 degrees Celsius or 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. So you don't want to go inside of this one. Also, it stunk like rotten eggs. There's that sulfur coming up out of the ground that you see. We thought it was totally worth it. Check it out. Even the locals really enjoy going here, doing the mud baths and the volcano. And the springs, the mineral springs.
Smell you have noticed upon arrival, the welcoming smell. Smells like rotten eggs, but helps to relieve nasal congestion and sinus problems. As bad as it smells, it's good for you, so feel free to breathe it in. Okay? You are also presently standing inside of the volcano. All of this is the actual crater. You're in the middle of it and was driven into St. Lucia's and the Caribbean's only drive-in volcano. But its type, it's a caldera. Caldera, scientifically, they are collapsed volcanoes, but a Spanish word for cauldron, and that is a large cooking pot. Because the signs, most of the signs can be found within the environment where the volcano is. So a lot of changes would be taking place in there. the wilting and dying of the plants, dying of the birds as well, because of the high concentration of the gas. And this signs can run into days, weeks, months, even years before the volcano erupts. It is also said that the lifespan is every 200 years. So if that is the case, then we are overdue. Compared to Yellowstone National Park in the US, Santorini in Greece, Rotorua in New Zealand, which are a few famous calderas of the world, Yellowstone being one of the largest caldera in the world. Okay? The major eruption, according to volcanologists which formed the caldera, they were saying that it was between 32 to 39,000 years ago. It was believed to be explosive, where it generated a series of pyroclastic flows and ash falls, forming several lava domes within the Soufriere region. Examples of lava domes are the Pitons you saw on your way up here. They were not volcanoes, nor were they formed from any volcanic eruptions, but rapid plate movement forced or pushed viscous lava to the surface. That lava piled up over a period of time, it solidified, left the shape that they are in. So though they are within the caldera, they're older, and was formed about 250,000 years ago. Piton is also a French word that means instrument for climbing, and that is why they are both climbable.
The name of this caldera was called the Kawalabu volcano. We probably spent maybe total of 30 minutes here, so it doesn't take a long time to go through. You take a short walk to this caldera, and then you can just hang out and observe the area and see the bubbling happening. I actually asked the tour guide what those desk-looking things were over there, and she said that they were used by volcanologists to monitor ground activity. I also asked if they were going to use this energy for the island, and she said that the island authorities were looking into using this as geothermal energy. Well, I thought this was really a great place to visit. It's probably one of the top attractions on St. Lucia. The price was about $11 or $12, even though with this tour it was included, but if you look it up online, it's about $12. After the volcano and the mud baths, we went to this waterfall. It was quite touristy, but we were able to clean off all the mud. Later on in the day, we went back to the hotel and we were able to experience the fire show. This crew had great dancing skills for sure. These guys were super talented, including this woman who was doing the Ring of Fire. She was just spinning the head around. And finally, let me show you around the resort. There are many pools. This one was on the Hideaway side. It is Affinity Edge pool looking out into the ocean. They also had a couple of hot tubs, one on each side of the resort. There's one there. Did I mention there was a foam party? Also, this is a time lapse I captured on our last full day. And this was outside of the Dorado restaurant while we were eating breakfast. So beautiful. This resort was stunning. This pool here is the family pool, and to be honest, there really wasn't a lot of kids here. You know, maybe a handful of kids every day. That said, they do have a outside pass that people from the island can come and enjoy their day. So I didn't bring my video camera to this beach, but this is the beach at the Naked Fisherman. Literally the best short rib I've ever had. If you have time to go here and you're on vacation, go here. Well, that's the end of our trip. We go home today, and we have one last excursion before we get on the plane, and that is we're taking a boat back around the island. And I have to say, I don't recommend driving. I definitely recommend taking the boat, and I haven't even got on it yet because the roads are so treacherous. And they're just hard to drive. Like, there's hairpin turns. You're also on the wrong side of the road. So, but even if you're on the wrong side of the road and you're comfortable driving there, it's a challenge. And it's like a 2-hour drive to the north of the island where we are, at the Royalton in Gros-Islet. And it's a lot of work. But on the other side, you get to see what it's like to be in a St. Lucian setting. You think in your head it's going to be this tropical paradise, and like people actually live here, they go to work, they have the same challenges that we do, maybe a little bit more, but they're different and they're also challenges. The saying of St. Lucia is, did she inspire you? Right? Let her inspire you. I'm somewhat inspired. You know, it can't all be rainbows and unicorns, but it's a beautiful island. The people are very nice. I feel like, you know, we've all dealt with this great uncertainty the last couple of years, and they heavily rely on tourism here, and it shows. But Royalton, beautiful resort. I have to say that you know, it's all inclusive, and again, with the staffing shortages and shipping challenges, I think they did as best they could. There's a lot of things that were out, like when we eat breakfast and dinner, you know, and food was good. Some things were good, some things not so good. So consistency. But overall, beautiful, beautiful resort. Really good times, like at the pool and on the beach. Like, I went snorkeling right over there. I don't know, I think I have a little bit of footage before my camera broke. So I'll put it in the video. You might have seen it already. But there's a beautiful
reef right there, and there was thousands and thousands of fish right on that reef. I'm also glad that we got to experience all of the local flair here. Got a coconut chopped open for me. I actually have one here somewhere. There it is. I'm trying to find somebody to crack it open now before we leave.
I found a gardener who was willing and actually really excited to open it for me. He said he would have climbed a tree and got me one every day.
Open my coconut now. You guys are very good with the machete. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people carrying them around the island. I love it. You guys are living in paradise with the coconuts. What else? We went to Castries Market. We got to see, you know, how people sell things here in a market setting. Tons of fruits that I've never had. I had another one that was like kind of texture of a sweet potato, but it tasted like a fruit. That was kind of enjoyable. It was strange to eat. It tasted like a cooked sweet potato, like a dried cooked sweet potato, like the texture, and then the flavor was kind of more like a fruit. Had the coconut cut open for us. We went to the mud baths. We saw a volcano, caved in volcano, and we went to Anse Chastanet Beach. I got to see my lionfish yesterday. I didn't get to do it on the camera, but I got to see lionfish. What else did we do? We had lunch on the beach. Amazing fish sandwich on the beach with plantain fries. Never had plantain fries before. We didn't get to get our chocolate, but yeah, overall it was a good trip. We got to see the wedding. The newlyweds had such a good time, and best wishes to Michelle and Brian. I think that you guys got a nice, beautiful road ahead of you. And we got to see some friends from New York that we haven't seen in a while. We're all kind of split around the country. Yeah, that was pretty cool. This is looks like where the fishing boats go out here.
This is another reminder of just how important fishing is to this island, and really all islands. There's even one coming in. I'm going to move the camera right there. There's a boat coming in.
Going out of the harbor here. We got some fishermen coming in, all the fishing boats over there, and we got my Piton.
The fishermen keep the bellies of the islanders happy, and it shows. Pretty much all around the island there's fishing villages. So besides tourism, fish.
This is the Black Pearl straight ahead. Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. They must have repainted it.
Yeah.
And it looks like they put a lot of fabrication onto it too back when they made the movie. That's cool.
There were a lot of boats in this harbor, and we had a lot to look at as we left St. Lucia and Grosse-Ile.
That's Pigeon Island over there. We hiked that a couple days into our trip. And then the red over here, that's Sandals. And Fort Rodney right there. Little fort. Oh, look, Sandals right here.
We have totally come full circle on this trip, starting with these Pitons that we looked at on the way to the north part of the island. This is a beautiful boat ride. I highly recommend it if you are taking a trip back to the airport after your trip is over. Company is called Fun to Sea Adventures. And it was a wonderful boat ride. There was nobody on this boat. It was just us, literally just us. Oh, there's Anse Chastanet We stopped there first thing 6 days ago and snorkeled. And it is just a beautiful place. There's the Jade Mountain Resort there. I will forever think of the Pitons when I think of St. Lucia. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, as well as thumbs up and tick that notification bell. New videos every week. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye, dudes.